Hi everyone. This is an overview of the Bluebeam project reviews we're currently using in District 11 in the Design and Engineering divisions. I'm Chelsea Hopkins and I'm going to walk you through Bluebeam for the next few minutes. We're going to cover the following areas, like what is Bluebeam? Why are we using it? What tools are available in the software? Who do I contact if I have questions? What software resources are available for me? So what is Bluebeam Revu? Well, Bluebeam Revu is a collaborative software that facilitates quality reviews of our project plans, specs, reports, and other documents. The software can be used on your desktop, laptop, or your iPad device in the field. In the future, if we choose, we can also upgrade the license to add cloud review and cloud collaboration access. This is what the computer-based interface looks like with a loaded project. This screenshot was taken from a laptop, so everything's kind of condensed, but I want to give you a look of the general interface. The project plans or your selected document are in the main window. You can zoom in or out and scroll into that main window. At the bottom, you'll notice a markups list, which contain all of the comments and replies. On the left-hand panel, you have the studio session controls, the attendees, and the documents you can review, and a record of who did what and who logged in, that type of thing. And on the right-hand side, in that vertical bar, are all the commenting and drawing tools. We'll go over all of these things in a little more detail later. I just wanted to give you an idea of what the interface actually looks like. So why use it? Well, Bluebeam is a real-time solution, which means there is no saving or syncing with the server. All comments and documents are live and available to others immediately. This system has the capability to take project documents all the way through our project lifecycle at every review step. It also provides a record of every comment, who made the comment, when they made the comment, the status of the comment, and any associated replies to that comment. It also has tools for the PE or the PM to allow them to sort, filter, organize, reply, export, and or set the status of the comments that they received from the PDT members. Bluebeam also has a lot of neat commenting and measurement features that were unavailable in Adobe Shared Reviews or Pros. Bluebeam also offers archive and project closeout tools that include commenting summaries for each document that actually went through a studio session review. Bluebeam has some fantastic time-saving aspects for reviewers, PEs, and PMs. Your team members can mark up together in real time. You can digitize plan reviews, permit approvals, and other processes. You can improve measurement speed and accuracy by linking totals from Bluebeam to Excel spreadsheets. You can also keep REs, consultants, and contractors on the same page if they're invited to the studio session. With the upgraded license, they could also access the documents from any device, anywhere, as long as they had access to a browser. Bluebeam Revu has many embedded tools for you to use. We're going to go over these quickly so you can kind of get an idea of the capabilities of Bluebeam. The most common tools reviewers will come into contact with are the drawing and markup and commenting toolboxes that are shown in these graphics. The tools will be on the right-hand side of your screen in the vertical toolbox when you first enter Bluebeam. For this presentation, I have moved them and put them horizontally. The text box tool is the first tool in the toolbox. You can use this tool to create text boxes. There are a lot of neat options available to you. You can do the standard bold, italic, and underlined, but it also has strike-through text, font color, font size, and justification options. As you can see from the graphic, you're not just stuck with one style or color of text. You can change many options within the same text box. There are also border options for your text box, such as border color, border thickness, and fill color options. The highlight tool is the second tool in your toolbox. You can use the tool to highlight specific text or objects within the project documents. If you'll notice from the graphic, there are more options to choose from, such as highlighter color, the opacity, and the thickness. The pen tool is the third tool in the toolbox. You can use this tool to draw freehand using your mouse or a touchscreen device. As you can see from the graphic, there are better and faster tools to convey the message on screen. However, if you need to draw freehand, the option is available. Also, notice from the graphic, this tool also has the options to select your pen color, the opacity, and the thickness as well. The Cloud Plus tool is really neat. It's the fourth tool in your toolbox. You can cloud an object or text, then it adds a leader line to the text box with all the same options as the original text box tool, except you can also modify the color and other options for the cloud shape. As you can see from the graphic, I have changed the cloud color to blue, I changed the leader line color to orange, and made a few modifications to the text, like change the font type and the font color. The cloud tool is the fifth tool in the toolbox. You can cloud an object or text and then manually add a comment to the cloud in the markups list, but that comment will only be in the markups list, not on screen like it would be with the Cloud Plus tool. From the graphic, notice that you can also change the style of the cloud. There's a whole list of options that are available. The one shown in this graphic is called the zigzag pattern. You can also see that it also has other customization options along the top row of that graphic, such as color, opacity, fill, etc. The callout tool is the sixth tool in the toolbox. You can use this to create a callout to a specific point via a leader line with an arrowhead. The text box that is attached allows you to put any comment into it. You have all the same type of options with this tool as you would have for border, font, line, or arrowheads, like color, type, thickness, etc. Stamps are the seventh tool in the toolbox. This is my personal favorite, especially if you make a lot of the same comments over and over again. You can create your own custom stamp that says what you need it to say. Rather than retyping that comment and customizing your message 10 times in the same document, you can just stamp the document wherever you see the need for your comment. It is really easy to do. If you need instructions on how to create your own stamp, I've created a walkthrough for that. We'll discuss the resources available to you at the end of this presentation. If we look at the graphic, when I attempt to stamp the project document, I get a pop-up that allows me to put in the date that identifies what the deadline date is. Whatever date I enter in that pop-up is what will show up in my stamp on the document. Now this is an example of a custom stamp with some JavaScript added into it, and I go over that in the actual walkthrough. The Insert Image tool is the eighth tool in the toolbox. It allows you to place an image in the project review. This tool also has border options. In the graphic, I have turned on the border and made it red. It's a pretty straightforward tool. Snapshot is the last tool in the toolbox. You can just box an area like you would with Snagit. You can then paste that screenshot into any other document or program. That wraps up the main markup and commenting tools. We're going to quickly look at the drawing tools. The other toolbox you are likely to encounter is the Drawing and Shapes toolbox. There are 12 tools in this toolbox. The drawing tools are the line, arrow, arc, and polyline tools. The shape tools are the rectangle, ellipse, and polygon tools. The other utility style tools in this toolbox are the dimension, polylength, area, length, and the count tools. You can experiment with them. Some of them are scale specific, so you have to set the scale for each page that you want to use these tools on, but they allow you to do calculations and check certain values given on the plans. The count tool is unique. It allows you to keep track of how many of one item there are. This can be really useful for certain functions like checking the count of bid items or assets, etc. Another really nice aspect to Bluebeam Revu is the markups and comments management capabilities. This graphic shows the markups list and the comment and corresponding reply in the PDF. The markups list is where the PE or the PM will spend most of their time. This markups list window can be docked at the bottom, top, left, or right side. In the markups list, you have the ability to sort this by subject, who made the comment, what page the comment is on, the status of the comment, and so many other fields. There is a search option to search by the keyword. You can also filter the comments by any number of filters. Say I only wanted to see comments from utilities and only comments where the status is set to not complete. Well, the filter list function will allow you to do that very quickly. Bluebeam will also produce a summary of the comments. Rather than scrolling through them, you can easily export either a CSV, an XML, or a PDF file of all or some of the comments. The summary export window has some really cool filtering options to make that summary report very readable and convenient. You can also print the summary if you want. However, I recommend you export to PDF, for example, and then print it from the PDF. These graphics show some of the options available in the Markups summary report. The left graphic shows the columns you can export. By default, all columns are added. If you don't want to see, say, the color column, you can turn that off and it will not be included in your summary of comments. The graphic on the right shows you can filter and sort the comments to include or exclude certain fields or columns. For example, you can filter out all comments except from one person, or you can select all comments from pages 1 through 5 and no other comments. It is really easy to use and really powerful for comments management. So that's about all the software tools and comment management stuff I'm going to go over in this presentation. So where can you find additional information? Some district-specific resources have been developed. Others are still being developed. However, District 11's CAD support website will be updated very shortly with a Bluebeam-specific page with links to all of these resources. The District 11 Getting Started with Bluebeam PDF has step-by-step instructions on installing Bluebeam, how to host a review studio session, and how to use Bluebeam for reviewers. The How to Create, Modify, and Use Custom Stamps in Bluebeam PDF helps walk you through the stamp creation, modification, programming, and usage. The How to Connect to a Bluebeam Review session if the link isn't working PDF walks you through connecting to a review if your link doesn't work by using a 9-digit session ID number. And for any other questions about the software you may have, chances are the Bluebeam training videos will cover it. If you have any questions or would like to request more information, please feel free to give me a call. If I'm not available, Annabelle Valencia was kind enough to originally pilot Bluebeam in our district, and she has an excellent working knowledge of Bluebeam. Thank you for watching, and now I'll take any questions that you may have.